At this time, underclassmen, would you please all stand as the seniors enter the auditorium? Thank you. You may be seated. First, before I turn things over on this, I would like to welcome all the parents and grandparents who are here today, and also some notable people from the school district. We have our Assistant Superintendent, Mr. John Vitto. We have our school board president, Mr. Nader Atway, and we have school board member, Mr. Steve DeMilo, here tonight. Today, how about today? Thank you. To get things started then, I would have the honor to introduce the Vice President of our National Honor Society, Mr. Sachin Nalapanini. Thank you.
Welcome to the 2024 National Honor Society Induction Ceremony. The students we are about to introduce were selected and will be inducted into the Canfield chapter of the National Honor Society because they excelled in scholarship, character, leadership, and service. These four qualities are the founding pillars of NHS, as represented by the four candles we will soon light. The inductees are being escorted by their parents. As inductees are announced, they will come forward and receive their medals. Then they will sign the membership book as having been inducted on April 24th, 2024.
Madeline Accordino, escorted by her parents Bob and Nikki Accordino. Amir Ali, escorted by Anadi Ali. Noah Anzavino, escorted by Mr. and Mrs. Anzavino. Aline Barakat, escorted by Mr. and Mrs. Barakat. Arnav Bidet, escorted by Varda Bidet and Kedar Bidet. Bella Byro, escorted by Rachel and Rick Byro. Maya Kohol, escorted by Josh and Amanda Kohol. Cadence Elford, escorted by Michael and Katie Elford. Anthony Esper, escorted by Dr. and Mrs. Richard and Dima Esper. Nicholas Folsom, escorted by Eric and Angelica Folsom. Quinn Fulmer, escorted by Mr. and Mrs. Fulmer. Mia Gaffney, escorted by David and Melanie Gaffney. Carly Gerst, escorted by Brian and Sean Gerst. Sean Harrington, escorted by John and Holly Harrington. Andrew Helmick, escorted by Ron and Lisa Helmick. Alexa Ignazio, escorted by Joe and Christine Ignazio. Zain Jadala, escorted by Yazin and Rasha Jadala. Alexis Johnson, escorted by Chris and Jan Johnson. Kendall Johnson, escorted by Jen Johnson and Chris Johnson. Rania Khan, escorted by Ms. Sophia Iqbal. Marina Koenig, escorted by Matt and Suzanne Koenig. Michael LaFour, escorted by Phil and Michelle LaFour.
Matthew Logan, escorted by Heather Logan. Sydney Lutz, escorted by Jeff and Christine Lutz. Marissa Marino, escorted by John and Jennifer Marino. Tarek Moshkaba, escorted by Ahmed and Judy Moshkaba. Emily Miller, escorted by Greg and Melissa Miller. Karsten Miller, escorted by Sean and Stacy Miller. Whitney Miller, escorted by Kevin and Julie Miller. Sophia Nelson, escorted by Mark and Corey Nelson. Gianna Noble, escorted by Dr. Noble. Lauren Paget, escorted by Dr. David and Dr. Melissa Paget. Emelina Papalardo, escorted by Daniel and Ruby Papalardo. Ellie Poor, escorted by Jeffrey and Gail Poor. Hayden Price, escorted by Dr. and Mrs. William Price. Lauren Ross, escorted by Doug and Pam Ross. Meredith Ross, unfortunately, she was not able to make it today. Lucia Schaub, escorted by David and Phyllis Schaub. Drew Shapiro, escorted by Stephanie and Tom Shapiro. Lauren Smallwood, escorted by Jennifer and Bob Smallwood. Radhika Apal, escorted by Bharati and Yogesh Apal. Anna Vanetti, escorted by Bill and Cassie Vanetti. Gage Watson, escorted by Kevin and Christine Watson. Jenna Wilkeson, escorted by Marcy Wilkeson. Anthony Zaccoli, escorted by Michael and Allie Zaccoli.
At this time, Emily Haino will speak on the pillar of character.
Character. A seemingly simple concept, yet probably the most difficult pillar to define. Character is more than a number of service hours, a listing of your leadership positions, or your academic achievements. It is the culmination of these things and the kind of person it takes to make them a reality. A positive character is the foundation for each of the other pillars. Without good character, your leadership, service, and scholarship will not matter much. Furthermore, your character is not stagnant. It grows with you, for better or worse. Integrity, reliability, honesty, and respect are just a few examples of the countless qualities each of these NHS inductees. After spending hours working to improve yourself and your community, this is a chance for your efforts to be recognized. However, as a member of the National Honor Society, you must continue to thoughtfully consider all aspects of yourself. Your dedication to helping others is a responsibility you will continue to carry. This does not lie only in public acts of service, but also the consistent commitment to making ethical and compassionate decisions. You will make mistakes along the way, but good character will allow you to grow beyond these troubles into an upstanding citizen and leader. As you begin your journey into adulthood, it is vital to understand the necessity of maintaining integrity, especially when faced with failure. Integrity is more than just being morally upright. It is doing what you say and saying what you do. You must have the courage to follow through with your actions and own up to them afterward. Without integrity, your actions are fleeting and your words are empty. I am sure that as you move into your senior year, you will better understand these principles and be able to apply them to your daily life. As the next class of Canfield High School and our NHS chapter, I challenge you to continue the legacy of excellence and represent yourself and your peers in only the most positive way. There's a spark in each of you yearning for a bit of air to catch fire. Kindle this ember so you may allow your determination and drive to burn inside you and push you through life. Enjoy the next year, but don't forget to always strive to be the best version of yourself and never stop growing. I will now light the candle for character.
Anthony J. Mazzella will now speak on the pillar of leadership.
Leadership, plainly defined by the dictionary as the state or position of being a leader. Diving a bit deeper, though, we can break the definition down into two parts: the state of being a leader and the position of being a leader. Throughout history, a strong emphasis has been placed on the latter part of the definition, with the formation of social hierarchies in pursuit of titles such as Lord, King, and Emperor. We even see this carried on in the modern day with labels like Governor, CEO, and President. These positions are so highly sought after for the various benefits that come along with them: the social standing, immense wealth, power, and according to the definition of leadership, people who attain these positions meet all the criteria to be one. But I disagree with the definition. I believe that leadership is not merely about holding a title or occupying a position of authority. It's about embodying a set of values and inspiring others to achieve their fullest potential alongside yourself. It's about setting an example, making a positive impact, and serving others. It's about the first part of the definition, the active state of being a leader, the actions one takes in using their position for the betterment of themselves and those around them. Embracing these qualities has always set the true leaders apart from the rest, as they do not seek power only for its own sake, but they seek to use their platform to serve, uplift, and empower others. One of the most notable examples of this was our country's first great leader, George Washington. After the Revolutionary War, America needed strong leadership throughout her early years to survive as a country. So the people turned to the general that had taken control during the war and led them to independence. However, Washington was anything but eager to accept this new position. He did not want to appear power-hungry, nor face the pressure and endless criticisms that came with running a country. Yet he believed he had an unavoidable obligation to his nation, to utilize his aptitude for leadership to benefit the American people. So he accepted the position and became the only unanimously elected president in U.S. history, twice, and is remembered as one of, if not the greatest American president. This selfless style of leadership, alongside the strong actions he took during his presidency, set the precedent not only for elected leaders to follow, but also for those of future generations wishing to be bold and employ their skills to improve the well-being of others. Now, none of us needs to lead a country as President Washington did, but we can be leaders within our own communities. Whether this be spearheading a group project in class, organizing a community service initiative, or simply lending a helping hand to a peer in need, your actions matter. They have the power to inspire, to affect change, and to leave a lasting legacy. The path of leadership isn't always easy. It requires courage to step forward, to take risks, and to navigate the challenges along the way. There will be times when you fail, but true leaders aren't defined by their successes alone. They're defined by their resilience in the face of adversity, unwavering commitment to their values, and ability to learn and grow from failure. As official National Honor Society members, you have already demonstrated your potential for leadership, but your journey doesn't end here. It's only beginning. So as you continue on your path, remember the words of author and leadership expert John C. Maxwell. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Do not be complacent. Be an active leader within your community. Lead with passion, purpose, and integrity, and strive to use your position in life to make the world a better place for the generations to come. I will now light the candle for leadership.
Speaking on the pillar of service is Simon D. Kovas. We live in a world that is increasingly interconnected, where the actions of one individual can ripple outward, affecting the lives of countless others. It is in such a world the concept of community takes on a profound significance. It is the framework within which we build relationships, foster cooperation, and create the bonds that hold us together as a society. Serving our community is not just a moral obligation, it is a cornerstone of a thriving, vibrant society. When we actively engage in acts of service, whether through volunteering, philanthropy, or simply lending a hand to a neighbor in need, we contribute to the common good. We strengthen the fabric of our communities, making them more resilient in the face of adversity, and more supportive of those who may be struggling. But the importance of serving our community goes beyond the mere selfless concern for the well-being of others. It is also an investment in our own fulfillment. A study done by the University of Utah finds that the individuals who engage in acts of service report higher levels of happiness, lower levels of stress, and a greater sense of purpose in their lives. This is just one of many studies supporting this. By giving of ourselves to others, we not only enrich the lives of those around us, but also cultivate fulfillment within ourselves. Moreover, serving our community provides us with an opportunity to develop empathy and understanding. When we step outside of our own experiences and reach out to those who may be different from us, we bridge divides and create connections which allow us to understand differences. We come to recognize the common humanity that unites us all, regardless of our backgrounds or circumstances. In a world that often seems so divided and polarized, the simple act of serving our community can be a powerful antidote. It reminds us that we are all in this together, that we all have a stake in each other's well-being. It fosters a sense of solidarity and shared purpose that transcends the boundaries of any source of division. As members of the National Honor Society, let us commit ourselves to the noble task of serving our community, not just during high school, but every day for the rest of our lives. Let us seek out opportunities to give back and to make a positive impact in the lives of those around us. And let us remember that in serving others, we ultimately serve ourselves, creating a better, brighter future for all. I will now light the candle for service. Katie Paget will give the final speech on the pillar of scholarship.
Hello. Now I will be speaking about scholarship. And no, to any hopefuls out there, there's no cash involved. These fine students alongside me embody what it means to be a lifelong learner. Instead of solely striving for straight A's or that elusive ideal of perfection, these students slow at no obstacle that may block their path, regardless of their results. They are explorers. They place emphasis on education and knowledge as a whole. They are people who may be found buried in a book in Mr. Courtney, Jennings, or Rourke's classes, maybe frantically practicing math problems on Mr. Hamilton's whiteboards before some looming test, or they're people who sit back and absorb the knowledge of Mrs. Holmes, Mr. Pavs, or Miss Angelo's lectures, who may be found in any other wonderfully exhilarating class that Canfield High School has to offer, with no doubt in their mind that they will manage to succeed, whether there's a rough patch or not. Who may also ask questions, maybe not about the task at hand, but perhaps about the world at large. Their pursuit of knowledge, their scholarly attitude, is key to why they are upon this stage. Ultimately, these inductees have exhibited extraordinary capability concerning grades and scholastic achievement inside and outside the classroom. To call them just smart would be an understatement. They're each geniuses in their own way. If there is one thing I wish to leave everybody here with, it is the knowledge that learning, wisdom, and scholarship are some of the richest wealths that one may hold. To stop learning is to stop growing, and thankfully, none of these students are done yet. Instead, they are thriving, flourishing, and dare I say, living. Congratulations, and thank you. Now I will light the candle for scholarship.
Now, please join me in welcoming our keynote speaker, Mr. Paul McFadden. Mr. McFadden is a proud graduate of Youngstown State University, where he was a standout kicker for the football team. He fulfilled his dream of becoming an NFL player and was named NFC Rookie of the Year in 1984. Mr. McFadden returned to the Mahoning Valley area, where he served as a teacher, keynote speaker, and sat on multiple boards. For the last 14 years, he has served as the president of the Youngstown State University Foundation, where he oversees and maintains the university's multi-million-dollar endowment funds with growth, giving, and community as its focus.
Wow, what a ceremony, what a tradition. Congratulations to our new NHS inductees. Today is about recognition and, I believe, responsibility. Today you're being recognized for your service, for your scholarship. But next year when you return to these halls, you carry the responsibility of the NHS label. It's your responsibility next year to continue the standard, which I'm sure you will. Congratulations for your wonderful recognition today. I want to thank Mr. Atway. We share Mr. Atway. He's on the school board, but he's my boss at the YSU Foundation Board of Trustees. Mr. Potts, Mr. Prescott, Mr. Ruark, and Mr. Wenzel for this wonderful opportunity and honor today. And I would like to share just a few thoughts with the students of Canfield High School. And anytime you communicate, there's many dimensions to communication, but you and I communicating, perspective is a big factor. I want to talk about life, and you're looking at the path of life right now, and it's pretty foggy. I mean, you see the path, you see where you want to go, but it's foggy, and you see some shadows out there, but it's not real clear. It's exciting, it's scary. My perspective on life is quite different. I'm old. I'm looking over my shoulder backwards. It's crystal clear, and there's success, there's failure, there's heartache, there's happiness. So when we share a few thoughts today, I wanted to make sure that we shared perspective because we have a different perspective. I want to share 3 thoughts: gratitude, time, and dreams. Gratitude, time, and dreams. And gratitude is easy for me stepping into a school because that life journey, looking back, I spent 1 year as a teacher. I taught 7th grade science at Memorial Middle School up in the South Euclid-Lyndhurst School District, as I see our teaching professionals here today. Taught for 1 year. Then I surrendered. Toughest job I ever had, most rewarding job I ever had. Learned so much from that. I know how valuable teachers are and the difference teachers make. You touch the future. We need great teachers. And to our students, I guarantee this is going to happen in your life at some time down the road. You're going to say something to someone and they're going to be like, "Where'd you hear that?" And you'll say, "Well, Mr. or Mrs., my teacher at Canfield High School taught me that." I guarantee that will happen to you. We need great teachers. We need great teachers, and they're very special in our society. The second thought of gratitude is maybe your teacher's on steroids, and that's your parents. Now, I know you don't want to hear that because you're looking down that foggy path, and they're on your back about everything. But your parents will have more impact on you than anyone else in your life. And the older you get, the more your thanks and gratitude to your parents and the sacrifices they did to provide you opportunities become very apparent to you. Your parents are the pillars in your life. I also wanted to talk to you briefly about time. Now, we're all given the same amount of time. It was Benjamin Franklin that said, "Life is made of time, so don't waste it." We're all given the same amount, but I've been at YSU now in different capacities for 32 years, and the students that succeed, they maximize their time. And I'm not saying don't have fun. They recreate and they do things for fun. We need balance in life, but they seem very focused on their goals, on their time, and their intentions. The students that succeed, and I've seen students go on to great success, they seem to manage their time much better than the norm. And they have goals, and they have objectives, and they have paths. So when I was at YSU, I had goals. I had objectives. I grew up in Cleveland. I wanted to get my degree and go back home. And a moment ago, you heard I had the wonderful opportunity to play football in the NFL, but that came about very differently. I never played football in high school. So if I was sitting here at Canfield High School right now, I would not be one of the football players. I never played football till my sophomore year in college. I was 19 years old. And it was new, and it was exciting, and it was fun. And I was learning a lot, experiencing new things. And then after a year or two, I started hearing the coaches and the scouts, and they'd say, "This guy, maybe he could go on." And I remember going up in my dorm room in Kilcawley Hall, and I'd put on my headset, and I'd have private time, and I'd be like, "Really? Really?" I started to dream. Now again, I had my goals. I was working towards my degree. But that dream of maybe playing beyond kept knocking me in the head, and I was like, this is crazy. The guys who are going to go on are the guys who started with little Cardinals when they're little and played their whole life. But that dream kept grabbing me. Dreams are important. I hope you all have dreams. You know, one of the most important speeches in the history of our country, Dr. Martin Luther King at the reflecting pool there in the 1960s, he said, he could have said goal, it would have been applicable. He could have said plan. But that day, that time, Dr. King wanted to inspire, he wanted to motivate, so he said, I have a dream. So the students of Canfield High School, when you're at home, when you're private time and you're thinking, do you think I could? Maybe. No, that's crazy. Do you think? What if? Dreams inspire. I hope you follow your dreams, because dreams are what makes excellence. Now, I'll guarantee you one thing, as I've observed with students at YSU, there is greatness in this auditorium, undeniable. There are students in this auditorium who are going on to extraordinary success, undeniable fact. In years ahead, when you look back at your reunions, you'll be like, wow, look where so many of us went. And I bet a lot of those that went followed their, do you think I can? Really? What if? Because they dreamed. Dreams are goals. Dreams are goals with wings on them. So we all have mentors in life. One of my great mentors is, I'm sure you've heard of, our recently retired president, Coach Tressel, President Tressel. And a few years ago like this, I had a great opportunity to address a crowd. And he's the best public speaker I know. So when I said, Coach, I'm so honored, and what do you think I should talk about? And he paused for a moment, and he said, you should talk about 5 minutes, because if you go any longer than that, no one cares what you have to say. They just want you to sit down. So to our teaching professionals and our parents, I promise you, delayed gratitude in a big way is coming. And I offer my gratitude to our teaching professionals, because we need you. To our students, we all receive the same amount of time. Maximize your time. To our NHS inductees, congratulations. Enjoy the recognition today. Live up to the responsibility next year. I know you will. And to all the students of Canfield High School, follow your dreams. Follow your dreams. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity to be a part of your ceremony today.
My name is Mike Ruark. I am the co-advisor for NHS along with Mr. Winsel. Mr. McFadden, thank you. Thank you for sharing your heart and your story with us today. One of the most rewarding aspects of teaching is watching students excel, not only in the classroom, but seeing them grow and mature as people. These juniors and seniors seated before you today have accomplished much through dedication and hard work. They have met, and in many cases, surpassed the requirements needed for membership into the National Honor Society, a stiff criteria that requires a cumulative GPA of 3.5, participation in a minimum of 2 school activities each year, a total of 60 hours of service to their community by the end of their junior year, and a positive evaluation of their character and leadership by their teachers, coaches, and advisors. They have spent countless hours studying, completing projects, taking notes, practicing sports and speeches, rehearsing their music and plays, and yet they willingly give of their time and talents to help others. We are here this morning to congratulate these juniors and publicly recognize their accomplishments, encouraging them to continue growing and always being willing to offer a helping hand to those around them. Also deserving of recognition are the parents, families, teachers, as well as many others who have spent countless hours helping these students, loving them, and encouraging them to be the young people they are today. Please join me in giving the parents, families, friends, teachers, and administrators a round of applause for their hard work and dedication. Now, each year we present the Leadership in Service Award to an NHS student who personifies the pillar of service. Many factors are considered when determining the recipient of this award. These factors include one's attitude, enthusiasm, and willingness towards serving others, the number of hours of community service performed over the past 4 years, and the depth and quality of their senior service project is also involved. Our recipient this year has demonstrated that service to others is much more than just meeting the 20-hour minimum for NHS. Our intent for community service is this: that students would get involved in their community, that they would realize that they can and should give of their time, talents, and resources, and that service to others should be a lifelong endeavor. We hope students find something they enjoy doing and go above and beyond the minimum number of hours needed for membership. Over the past 4 years, this young lady has logged over 110 hours of community service. Her service record includes volunteering for Mill Creek, the CHS mentoring program, Leo's Club events, Lions Club events, the Rescue Mission, and her favorite, Juniorettes, an organization that promotes young women making a difference in their communities. This young lady has been a part of this outreach program since she was 12. Since that early age, she has volunteered at least once a month on a variety of projects through Juniorettes. She has served lunch at the mission, helped tutor middle school students, and baked edible treats for animals in Boardman Park. She is always enthusiastic and more than willing to serve, always going above and beyond the required minimum. Volunteering runs deep for this young lady, and I was able to witness this multiple times this year. This school year was marked by the push to try to get Canfield schools' levies passed. A dedicated group of adults and staff members set up multiple weekends to canvass and get out in the community and spread the word about how important these new schools would be for us and our community. The adults at these events thought that it would be an excellent idea to have a high school student with each adult group in order to provide the perspective of current students and the youth in our community. To say that the turnout from our student body was tepid would be an understatement. But the winner of our Leadership in Service Award showed up for multiple weekends, and I was proud to canvass the Canfield community with her. Her openness, charm, smile converted many residents during those weekends. For her service project, she designed, advertised, and organized a music and exercise program for local nursing homes. She gathered supplies like yoga balls and drumsticks, and then spent multiple weekends teaching the elderly in our community how to exercise while learning music. Her commitment to helping improve the lives of those around her has made her worthy of this honor. The recipient of this award has also thrived in multiple leadership roles. She has served on several committees, including Leo's Club and Key Club. She's a section captain for concert band, and her dedication to these programs and for the students she serves with is unmatched. Truly, this young lady has learned the value of cheerfully giving to others. Her enthusiasm and energy are contagious. Her passion for those marginalized by society is incredible. Please join me in congratulating this year's recipient of the Leadership in Service Award, Allison Vernon. Would our current NHS seniors please rise all the way in the back? Mr. Winsel and I have enjoyed working with these seniors and would like to take a moment, this opportunity, to publicly thank them for their service and dedication to their school, community, and this NHS chapter. This year alone, these individuals have logged more than 1,600 hours of community service. They have served lunch to approximately 950 men, women, and children at the rescue mission. They have tutored and mentored dozens of middle school students. They have designed, implemented, and managed their own service projects. Furthermore, this group continued the tradition of the After School Haven program, which provides bi-weekly tutoring for community children in need. Please join me in thanking our seniors. Thank you, seniors. You may be seated. I would also like to take a moment and thank Kate King and Sarah Hartwig for their hard work and attention to detail in coordinating this ceremony. Thank you, ladies. Now, juniors, you've heard some very strong words regarding character, leadership, service, and scholarship. You've heard testimony of the accomplishments of those that have gone before you. Being a member of NHS is both a privilege and an honor, but with that honor comes great responsibility. Grasp the baton being handed to you now and run with strength your legs of the race ahead. I challenge you to always work hard, be people of integrity, be compassionate towards others, and be willing to offer a helping hand. Very simply, when you find a need, fill it. So, the class of 2024, will you continue to hold yourself to the standards and ideals of NHS? Will you strive to reach the bar already set for you and push it even higher? If so, inductees, please stand and repeat the pledge for membership after me. Realizing the honor, it's test number 1, which has been presented to me by the election into the National Honor Society. I pledge myself to uphold the strong ideals and high standards this organization represents. I will venture further in my goals and strive to serve as an example for my fellow students. I will promote the betterment of my school, myself, and this organization to which I have been elected. Service to others, a broadening of my friendships, and a development of my intellect will serve as my desired attainment. I pledge myself to develop the 4 ideals of the National Honor Society and strive ceaselessly to make them a part of my life, now and hereafter. Congratulations. I now present to you the newest members of the Canfield chapter of the National Honor Society.
In closing, Kate, Sarah, Mr. Ruark, Mr. Wenzel, and I would like to thank all of those who helped with today's ceremony. Without the help of our wonderful custodians, technicians, cafeteria workers, secretaries, Mr. Prescott, and Dr. Potts, we would not have been able to honor the inductees as we did today. We would also like to thank all of our families, teachers, and administrators for their support. As we dismiss, students will go to their 3rd block class or lunch. Parents and inductees, just a reminder that Sen Photography is set up in the athletic foyer for pictures. Thank you for coming, and congratulations again to the 2024 inductees.